Hey, so when you guys jump on, just say hello and where you are in the world. It says we've got 5 people so far, 6 people now, but it's only telling me Sue's name. So if you're on, let me know, who you are and where you are in the world. Hey Sue, hey Michael, how you guys going? Just gonna go get my keys so I can open the door up and go out on the nice deck. Who else is on? Sue. Sue's checking up on me. So Sue, this is my personal page. So this is for everyone, not just clients. I cancelled the bonus one this morning just because I just wanted to build some energy because I was out late last night. But I have had a client reschedule, so I had a little bit of time now to do this one. So it's funny, we've just got Mario upstairs as well. He's doing, I don't know what he's doing, live stream or some calls or something, and then there's me down here doing the live stream as well. So no, I haven't been for my walk, Sue, but I will do a family walk this afternoon. And I did a massive walk yesterday, Sue, like a couple of hours or something. And a lot of that was holding my son on my shoulders too. And I got back on track with food as well. I don't think anyone really cares about that except for Sue. Kicking my ass. Thank you, Sue. I can tell you're a trainer and a good trainer. Guys, I wanted to talk about, I'm super pumped up actually. I just watched Gary Vee and Tony Robbins on YouTube on the Ask Gary Vee show. Awesome one. Check it out. What I thought was cool as well was not just the content, but the body language between the two of them. You could see Tony Robbins like mirroring Gary's body language, leaning forwards, leaning back. Gary was kind of trying to take over the conversation, I felt, in my opinion. And Tony just like doesn't shut up either. So it was interesting to see those really strong personalities together. And I thought as well, if Gary kind of quietened down a bit, maybe he would learn a lot more. But maybe that's just his personality and that's the way he learns anyway, which I think is also true. So wanted to talk about sales. I love sales. Absolutely love sales. Okay. I have been in sales for 11 years, okay? And some people get triggered when I say I love sales, or they think that sales is greedy, or they have all this bad shit around it, okay? So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section, and I've asked this question before, but what is your feeling around sales? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Does it excite you? Does it pump you up? Does it scare you? Does it make you feel sick in the stomach or the heart? What is your reaction, your emotion, your belief around sales? Let me know in the comment section, guys. I can say that I love sales and that I am very, very good at it because I have been doing sales for 11 years, okay? I worked in call centers for 5 years and I've had my own businesses for 6 years. I used to get the white pages and have to call people in the white pages, Nothing is worse than cold calling. Nothing is worse than cold calling. And I used to set appointments for mortgage brokers. I used to work in kids, setting appointments for sales reps to go out to sell maths and English programs to kids. Obviously to their parents. What else did I used to do? I used to work for charities. I used to work for a coffee company doing their marketing and their sales. So I've worked in lots of different industries and with lots of different companies. And then when I started my own business, my first business, Power Mums, I was shit scared. Yeah. Because the last place I worked in was a charity call center. I was in front of the computer and I would have lead after lead after lead popping up on the screen. And that was my job, to be in front of the computer calling people all day, every day. When you're in your own business, you don't just have all that time and all those leads to call people, you know. You've got to do everything. You've got to be, I was the trainer at the time, you've got to be the trainer. You've got to do the client management stuff. You've got to do the admin. You've got to do the sales, the marketing, the content creation. And so it was not just a time thing, but it was also the emotional aspect. Yeah. I was emotionally attached in my business, whereas in the call centers, even though I loved what I did and I was very good at it, I didn't have that emotional involvement. It wasn't my business. It didn't matter if I didn't make the sale. I still got paid, you know. But I did really, really well. And I was actually training teams of people. I was managing and training teams of people and helping them writing scripts, writing objection handles, doing role plays. So I come from that background, and you know, most people don't. Most people get into personal training or into business or into nutrition or business coaching or life coaching or whatever area it is, and they have, I'm not going to go out here actually because I'll distract Mario. They don't have that background, yeah? And so it was easier for me, even though I had that emotional investment and I was scared in the beginning, because I had that background of sales and marketing. I was then able to use those skill sets once I got out of my own way and did a lot of personal development. I was able to use that skill set from 5 years in call centers to get to be really good, yeah? I found the other day some objection handles from 2009 when I was working in a call center in London. You know, like I had the owner of that company in London that I'd only been working at for a couple of months take me out for a meal to kind of pick my brains on what I had done in Australia for call centers here. You know, most people don't have that background. So if you've never done sales before, or if you've got all this crap going around in your head, don't expect for your first sales call to be good. You know, you can't just make one sales call or 10 or 50 or however many and be amazing. This has taken me 11 years to get to where I am today. Okay. So, and I had like my biggest ever month last month. I made 140 grand in sales, not cash in the bank, but actual total sales if we expand it out to the length of their program. Or I think it was a little bit more than 140. And, you know, I've already made more cash this month, like what's due to come in over this month. I've made more already than I ever have. It's my biggest month ever. And what is it? The third? What's the date today? 3rd. Yeah. So that is because of my background, because of taking action, because of working on myself. Yeah. So I'm going to read these comments now. Sarah says, terrified. Sue says, I don't mind it. I like that I can have a good chat to people and help them. Awesome. But Sue, that wasn't the way not too long ago, right? Allison says, scared. Sarah says, I enjoy the actual chat, but scared at the end to ask for their card. I've been getting objections of money. I'll think about it and not really prepared. Okay. And Sue says, I was scared, but listening to you about it's not about me, it's about helping people, changed my mindset. Yeah, awesome. Hey, Anita, how you going? So that's a really good point that Sue's brought up. It's about changing the perspective. Yeah, you are not calling someone and hassling them. You are calling someone that has asked for your help. So if you are not reaching out and helping them, if you're not picking up the phone, you're doing them a disservice. Okay. Someone has given you their phone number in most cases. Yeah. Someone's given you their phone number. They've filled out a form. They've said, I'm struggling with this. They've been brave enough to reach out and ask for help. They've dropped that ego and reached out and asked for help, which, you know, if someone wasn't interested, they wouldn't do that. If someone wasn't interested, they wouldn't give their phone number. They wouldn't fill out a form. They wouldn't ask for help. And so if you're not reaching out and asking for help, you're more in your own head than actually caring about the other person. And you need to drop what's going on up here. And you need to think about the people that you want to help and the change that you want to make in the world. Because it's not about you. Mommy. It's about the people that you want to help. Mama. Yeah, Gabrielle, just wait a minute, okay?
Okay, change.
Okay.
What? So this one was there, and I changed down there and down there.
Good boy.
And we can only pick up these.
So, oh, he's still up there too. So, basically, it's dropping that ego. It's getting out of your own head. It's realizing that it's not about you. It's about the people that you want to help. When you pick up that phone, imagine that they are calling you, because that's what they've done, yeah? They've given you their details to give them a call, okay? So you are reaching out and you're saying, hey,
Mommy?
I want to have a chat. I want to find out. Yes, Gabrielle. I want to find out more about you. You're dropping all of your own shit and you're reaching out and helping someone, okay? Does that help, guys? It's changing that perspective. And you're not, unless you are calling people that have said, don't call me, or I'm just going to go out here, get away from, unless you're calling people that have said, no, don't call me, or you're like spamming people, or you're calling the white pages, you know, like I've done in the past, then you're not being spammy, you're not annoying people. They have asked for your help. Now, in saying that, even though they've asked for your help, doesn't mean that they're going to say yes. Yeah? They could say no. And a no doesn't mean no to you. A no means, no, I'm not ready yet. Or no, it might not, especially if they've given you their details, they've got objections, they've got things standing in their way that's scaring them from moving forwards. An objection doesn't mean no either. An objection means, hey, I'm really scared about this thing, or here's a concern, can you help me overcome it? Yeah? So most conversations will have objections, okay? Especially from people that don't know you. If people have been following you, consuming your stuff, or it's a client that's like already a current client and you're upselling them, that's a much easier sale than someone that's maybe just seen a Facebook ad and never heard from you apart from that. You know, sometimes when people book in for a phone call with me before I actually call them, and you want to call them as soon as possible, obviously, but if it's booked in for like a day later or down the track or whatever, what I do is I send them some of my stuff. It's like, hey, thanks for booking in for a call. Can't wait to talk to you. In the meantime, check out my podcast, give the link, check out my Facebook page, and let me know if you've got any questions. Happy to connect with you. Happy to connect with you on social media. Yeah. What that does, you can do that with website, blog, anything, yeah? What that does is, before the call, they are getting to know you, like you, and trust you, yeah? You're building some value, you're building some rapport. It makes the phone conversation easier. Hey, Kirsten, how you going? So, it really is changing that perspective. It's not about you, it's about them. It's about reaching out and helping someone, okay? So most of it is mindset. Most of it is dropping that stuff, realizing what's going on in your own head, and just getting on the phone call and being 100% present, listening to them, okay? Not talking over them, not trying to coach them, not trying to tell them, listening. And once you've listened, you active listen back to them. Oh, okay, so you just said this, and then maybe ask a question around that, yeah? It makes them think that, well, you're listening and you actually care about them, right? Even when you have an objection, if someone says they don't have any time, it's not telling them that, oh, well, we all have the same amount of hours in the day, or like you find the time for what's important to you. Well, yes, that is true, but it's asking them, okay, so why do you feel that you don't have time at the moment? Reminding them, going back to what they've already told you around their goals, around the struggles that they're facing, around them maybe not making time for themselves, yeah? Because yes, everyone does have the same amount of hours in the day, and we do spend time on the things that are priority to us, but a lot of people don't prioritize themselves. So it's not really about physically and strategically that they don't have the time and you trying to help them find more time, but it's digging deeper to that mindset stuff of actually allowing them to spend that time on themselves because they are important. And figuring out how long that's been going on for them. And you do this and you build rapport and you're able to dig deeper through asking questions, not from telling. Yeah? So, does this help, guys? Hey Zoe, hey Shero, how are you guys going? Does this help with what I've gone through so far, guys? And does anyone have any questions? The thing is as well, when you first start making sales calls, it's going to be scary. Yeah? There's no way around it. You try something new, there's going to be some kind of overwhelm, anxiety, fear that pops up in any new thing that we do in our life. Yeah? It's like the first time that you did a coaching session or a training session with a client, you weren't as confident as you are now, right? Hey Lily, how you going? I didn't see your name pop up. If you, the first time you drove a car, you weren't as good as you are now. The first time that you did anything, you weren't as good as you are now. Hey Tina. So don't expect to be a master. Don't expect to be amazing. Don't expect to have no, full confidence in yourself and 100% belief in yourself when you start something new. Because every time you grow, every time you step out of your comfort zone, it's going to be scary. Yeah, that's where growth occurs. And so you've got to go through that if you want to get good at something. Yeah. If you want to get better at something, you've just got to practice. You've got to go through that pain and that struggle and that scared kind of feeling to get over it. It's not going to get better thinking it over and over in your head and making up all these stories and beliefs as to why you can't do it. It's going to get better by actually taking action and doing the thing that you're scared of. Yeah. And the way that you prepare for that on a strategic level, because I know I've spoken about mindset a lot, is having a script, practicing it so you don't sound like you're reading a script, and having objection handles written down so you know what to say when an objection comes up, and practicing them, and then getting yourself in a good state so you'll feel good before you get on that call. And when you're on that call, being 100% present. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's the strategy. That's the mindset. And you just got to take action. And don't try and take the easy way out by just messaging people on Facebook, or like sending an email with your price list, because that doesn't work. Yeah, you've got to, when someone just asks price, or when someone is, you're sending a price list or something like that, on Facebook or email or whatever, you are talking about the features, not the benefits. And people don't buy on logic, they buy on emotion. And if someone's just asking for your prices or your packages or whatever, they're not really ready to buy, okay? They're just shopping around. I had someone do it to me the other day. She asked me about my packages and my prices. And I said, well, I don't have them listed anywhere, because what I do, I get on the phone with someone and have a chat first. And I said a bit more than that, but she's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not really ready to take anything more on at the moment, but I'll keep in touch. So see, if I'd got on a phone, I would have wasted half an hour of my time and her time, for someone who's not ready yet. Yeah. So it's like pre-qualifying them beforehand as well. I'll keep in touch with her. I'll give her value. I'll get her to follow my stuff. I'll answer any questions that she has. She'll follow my live streams and continue following my podcasts and things like that. And then maybe we'll have a chat when she is ready, you know? So Sue said, so true. Public speaking, hated it. Now I bloody nailed it. Get out of your comfort zone, guys. The magic happens on the other side. Totally, 100%. So before I go, does anyone have any questions? I've never done a live stream out the back here. And there's like, not right now, but there's usually a lot of wallabies up here as well. Also, guys, like, I had a late night last night and early morning. I was up till maybe 1 a.m. Mario, who's staying with me at the moment, he did a speaking gig. It was awesome. And we had like a networking as well. I had some really deep, amazing conversations with some awesome people. And then we got home and then we started chatting as well, and then went to bed. But yeah, then the kids woke me up at like, I don't know, 6 a.m. or something. So, this morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I got no energy. But I listened to that I spoke about before, the Gary Vee and Tony Robbins thing on Ask Gary Vee. That's just pumped me up, yeah? That's given me inspiration to do this live stream. And then having a client reschedule allowed me the time to be able to do it as well. So if you guys are ever feeling flat or anything like that, watch some Gary Vee, watch some Tony Robbins, listen to one of my things, even just put on some music and dance around the house. Get yourself in that good place so that you can be in a good frame of mind to be able to do the work. So does anyone have any questions before I go? And if you have jumped on towards the end or you're watching this afterwards, feel free to post questions here at any time. Happy to answer them. How's everyone feeling around sales now? And what I want you to do, I always give some action. I want you to, if you're watching this, don't just kind of watch it and feel motivated for a few minutes. Go out and take some action. So today, I want you to make at least one sales call. At least one sales call. I've already done mine for today. Yeah? Made a big sale this morning. So, I want you guys to do at least one sales call today. Take action, step out of that comfort zone, and you'll realize on the other side that it wasn't actually as bad as what you thought. Yeah? So I'm going to head off now, guys. Going to have some breakfast and some time to myself. But if you've got any questions, just post them here. If you want to have a chat about how you can move forwards in your business and get out of your own way so you can get amazingly fast results, then just pop a comment here. Or feel free to send me a personal message. I have some times available next week for some strategy sessions where we'll have a chat about your business, where you're at, what your goals are, and give you some steps to be able to achieve them. I've got clients achieving amazing, amazing things at the moment. Like I've said throughout the week, Laura made almost $9,000 last month. Chrissy made $6,000 in new sales by doing some mindset work with me, getting out of her own way. Lisa made $5,500 in new sales. This is just from one ad, by the way. They made more on top of that. Karen made over $21,000 last month. Chantel made $30,000 last month. People have been making their first ever sales calls, putting up their first ads. Sue did really well with public speaking and with getting leads in and getting sales in as well. So yeah, everyone's just smashing it, doing really, really well. Michaela made $11,000. So not just the money, guys. Oh, Sarah, I think, made around 11 as well. So not just the money, but it's the mindset getting, like, they've all gotten out of their own ways. They've all done things that scared them before. They've changed their mindset. They're being more present with their friends and their family, and really putting the steps in place for those long-term goals as well. So if you would like that to happen in your life, let's have a chat. Just shoot me a personal message and we can book that in for next week. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome day and take action.